I took a phone call from Premier Stephen Miles, and he has called to congratulate us on our success at the election. I want to thank him for his service in his roles with the government, and I want to acknowledge the pressure that places on anyone's family, and I wish him all the best in his future, but certainly in the meantime to spend some quality time with his family. I think that's something that no Queenslander will begrudge him after his period of service. I want to start by thanking Queenslanders. We took a comprehensive plan to the election and they backed it in. And I want to let them know that we will get to work and we will deliver on those commitments. And it's certainly very humbling to see the support that we have received. We don't take it lightly, and we intend to repay that faith in the way that we work and providing them with a government that does work for them. We took a comprehensive plan to the election. Queenslanders saw it and they backed it in. And they backed it in record numbers. And we remain focused on the issues that we campaigned on, because they are the issues that Queenslanders told us about, that they wanted action over a 4-year period. I want to start by just going through some of the things that we've been doing this morning and then unpack where to from here. Jared and I met earlier today. I've also started to make contact with our candidates who weren't successful, who put their hand up to serve. I want them to know how grateful we are for them in signing up to our values and for running for our political movement. It's something that anyone who puts their hand up to serve from any side of politics does so with courage. And I want to thank them for signing up to be part of our team, and I want them to know how grateful we are. To those candidates who are successful, we will be having a hookup with them this afternoon, and it's our intention to make sure that they go into their communities and say thank you ahead of being sworn in as members of Parliament. They've got a big job to do, and it's important that their communities know how grateful we are for their support and the hard work that lies ahead. To the Labor MPs who lost, and there are some very good people amongst them, and I want to wish them all the best. I want to thank them for their service, and I want their families to know that we are grateful for allowing them to serve. It's a tough road when that happens, and I just want to make sure that they know that we as a state are grateful for their contribution over whatever period they served in this Parliament. To our returning MPs, all of them who put their hand up to recontest, it's been a tough 4 years. Opposition is a place where it's a long road, and the work that they displayed I'm eternally grateful for, but the real gratitude is for the discipline we displayed. I think even my harshest of critics would acknowledge that the discipline and unity of our team over a long period in opposition is something that stands us in good stead to be a good government. And I just want to thank all of those MPs for their efforts. I said we'd get to work, and that's exactly what we've been doing this morning. And I've had a series of meetings. Firstly, I had a phone call this morning with the current Director General of Premier and Cabinet, Mr Mike Kaiser, and I just want to make an observation. He was incredibly gracious in that phone call, and he has prepared an incoming brief for us, and it's a brief that we will use to get to work. And I want to thank Mike. I want to thank Mike for the way that he's conducted himself this morning. We have informed Mike, and indeed informed Mr David Mackey, that the Public Sector Commissioner, David Mackey, will be the Acting Director General of the Premier's Department. David's someone who's been in the public service for a long time, and that role is the appropriate role to ensure that that transition can occur. And we've spent the morning meeting Mr Mackey going through that document, and it's important that we get cracking, and he's been at work early with us, and that's something that shows good diligence to delivering what needs to be done. Just to go through some steps from here, I'm mindful that the Premier will be addressing you shortly, and I thank him for doing that. Once the Premier has called on the Governor, that will, if that is to occur today, it's my intention to visit Her Excellency and indicate that we can form a majority LNP government. And then tomorrow, Jared and I will be sworn into interim roles so that we can get cracking ahead of the swearing in of Cabinet in due course. Finally, the significance of what we have achieved is not lost on us. We asked Queenslanders for their support. They gave it in record numbers, and we are determined to give them the fresh start, which we promised we would deliver. Jared, thanks, mate.